Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine a place, right? So captivating, so full of opportunity that people from all over the globe, kind of drawn by this promise of paradise and, well, real estate potential, they all end up there.
Yeah, like a magnet.
Exactly.
Right.
From Spain, Argentina, the Dominican Republic, even Mexico City. And interestingly, our source mentions a surprising number seem to be from Argentina.
And what's fascinating, I think, isn't just the pull of a place like Playa del Carmen, but the way they converge.
Yeah.
It's a really diverse group, all finding their way into the same industry, same place.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely says something about the market opportunity there.
Absolutely. And today, our deep dive takes us right into the heart of that scene, looking at a brand new resource that's sprung up. It's a new show focused specifically on real estate investment in southeastern Mexico.
The Riviera Maya, Playa del Carmen, that whole area.
Right. And our source material for this is the first episode transcript of the show. It's called Echando Raíces.
So our mission here really is to get a handle on this first episode. We want to figure out who's actually behind it, what they're trying to do, what sort of topics they're planning to tackle.
Practical stuff, yeah.
Exactly. And also how they connect to a real estate development company that gets mentioned. And probably most useful for you listening, where you can find them online if this sparks your interest.
It's basically a chance to get a quick, comprehensive look at what this new resource is offering.
Right, a first look.
I'm really curious to dive into the team introductions first. It feels like understanding the people, the why behind starting a show like this, especially for such a buzzing specific market, what paths actually lead people there.
And I'm ready to help sort of break down the purpose they state and pull out the practical value points from this first outing. Let's see what the source tells us.
Okay, so right off the bat, the source introduces the team behind Echando Raíces. And the core idea seems to be this group of, diverse individuals, all united by real estate in Playa del Carmen, a real mix.
The source actually spends a bit of time on their backgrounds, their journeys. Eduardo Vales, for instance, born in Mexico City, lived in the U.S., then Mérida. He calls it the city of the pheasant and the deer.
Quirky detail, that.
Right. Before landing in Playa almost 20 years ago, he's trained as a lawyer, but he says this sales bug got him early on.
Couldn't shake it, he says.
Couldn't shake it. Over 2 decades in real estate and sales now.
That phrase sales bug, it's interesting. It pops up again. Another key member is Bruno Rovea. You can tell he's Argentinian from Cordoba.
Mm-hmm.
He's a commercial manager at DESUR Real Estate. Been in Playa for, 12 or 13 years. Moved for a job initially, but then got really drawn in by the boom in the Riviera Maya market.
Like Eduardo, sales has been his whole career. 8 years specifically in real estate now.
Then there's Miguel Rocha, originally from Veracruz, studied there, did a long stint in Mexico City, 15 years.
Wow.
Then back to his roots in Playa. His goal is to share the lifestyle that made him fall for the place.
Sharing the lifestyle, that's a nice angle, makes it personal.
Yeah. Then Laura Contreras, she's from Mexico City, been in Playa about 4 years. Always dreamed of the beach life, apparently.
Explored a few places first.
Yeah, checked out other spots before settling on Playa. And her background is quite different. Over 20 years in aesthetic medicine, anti-aging,
Right.
distributing medical products.
That's a switch.
Big switch.
Mm-hmm.
But she sees the link through sales, relationships, trust, all key in real estate, too. And interestingly, she met Bruno when she first moved, and that's kind of how she got into real estate there.
Ah, the networking. See? It keeps coming up. Pedro Arbizu is next. From Murcia, southern Spain.
He made a point about coming by plane, unlike ancestors.
Huh. Yeah, he did. He's got an international relations degree. Chose the Mexican Caribbean over Germany. Jokes about the weather difference, obviously.
Sensible choice.
At his way in, his brother-in-law helped him get started in real estate. He's been doing it for 2 years now.
Family ties, networking, seems like connections were really important for a lot of them. Rocio Perez is another team member, confirming that Argentinian presence. Again, she's also from Cordoba.
Okay.
Moved 9 years ago with a tiny baby, just 11 months old. Explicitly looking for a new adventure, break the routine.
Let's make a leap.
Huge. Loves the warmth, hates the cold. Had visited Playa before and loved it. Her background's in tourism and hospitality.
Which she also connects to sales, right?
Exactly. And another Bruno link. She was neighbors with him initially, reconnected later, and he shared his real estate experiences.
Bruno seems to be the hub connecting everyone.
Pretty much. Finally, Marcos Perdomo. He's from the Dominican Republic, an entrepreneur, owned businesses, interested in finance, markets. Goal was always property ownership.
Okay.
Moved to Playa for love, basically. Girlfriend from Mexico City, long distance, now they're there. Still loves her in Playa, he says. And get this. His mother-in-law is a real estate broker. He helped her with international clients. And she's the one who suggested he learn the business from the inside. Told him, don't just be a buyer. Try being a seller, too.
Now, that's a unique entry point. From potential buyer to seller on the advice of the mother-in-law broker.
Right. So you look at all these paths, the lawyer, the medical distributor, the IR grad, tourism. So many ended up in sales or got bitten by that bug, found their way to real estate through connections or just personal journeys to Playa. It really shows the diverse backgrounds converging there.
It really does. And they also mentioned one team member who couldn't make the first recording.
Oh, yeah, the mystery man.
The mystery man. It's described as a great guy joining next time, also from Argentina, adding to that diversity. They leave it hanging, asking who is the mystery broker.
Keeps you listening, I guess.
Nice little hook.
Okay, so we've got a picture of the team, their varied routes into this. Now, the source moves on to explain what Echando Raíces is actually trying to do. They say it came from a real need.
Yes, and they frame that need as coming from all the questions and doubts that clients and investors have, especially first-timers looking at that specific region.
Feeling a bit lost, maybe.
Exactly. Like they don't know where to even begin.
And they really hammer home the core purpose, offering real value, useful, relevant info that's more than just a sales pitch.
Positioning it as genuinely educational.
Yeah. They stress that investing in southeastern Mexico is, different. It's not like investing elsewhere needs specific knowledge.
So the show aims to provide insights tailored just for that market and the tone they want. Easy to understand, fun, no jargon.
Both entertaining and informative. The goal is you finish listening and feel you've actually learned something useful.
Sounds ideal, really. Getting good info without feeling like you're in a lecture.
Totally. They kind of sum it up as helping you make informed, conscious, smart decisions about real estate investments, which they believe leads to happiness and maybe more investments down the line.
And they explicitly say they are not there to tell you what to buy or where.
Right. Just to give you the tools for your smart decision.
That focus on empowering the listener, that's key to their whole stated mission, it seems.
Yeah.
So what kind of specific knowledge can people expect in future episodes to help make those smart decisions?
Well, they outline a range of topics, always aiming for that real value, raising awareness about the market there.
Okay, like what specifically? Any examples?
Yeah, they give some. Things like property appreciation, return on investment, ROI, and also consultative sales.
Oh, okay. So the money side appreciation, ROI, how much your investment might grow or return through rent or resale.
Mm-hmm.
And the process side, consultative sales, which is more about understanding the buyer's needs, not just pushing a property.
Exactly. And they plan to bring guests on, too, for deeper dives into certain subjects.
Keeping it relaxed, accessible, avoiding jargon, they said.
Yeah, they specifically mention avoiding jargon. They even gave some teasers for actual upcoming topics.
Oh, like what?
Things like real estate trusts for foreigners, videocomisas, basically.
Crucial for non-Mexicans buying coastal property.
Absolutely. Also, mortgage loans, a more detailed look at appreciation and ROI, and those consultative sales strategies across different business models.
That sounds pretty comprehensive. Covers fundamentals for anyone looking at the region, especially international buyers, like they're planning a proper educational journey through the market.
Definitely seems that way. Now, the source is also very upfront about the show's connection to a specific company. They mention needing transparency right at the start.
Yes, they make it clear. Echando Raíces is connected to DESUR.
And DESUR is a development company. Started about 23 years ago in Mérida, Yucatan.
Right, with the goal of creating high-value projects in tourist areas with good appreciation potential.
They mentioned DESUR expanded into Playa del Carmen, highlighting Playa's massive growth spurt.
One of Latin America's fastest-growing cities for years, yeah.
And DESUR's track record, according to the source, over 20 years, over 20 completed projects, considered a top developer in southeastern Mexico.
Echando Raíces is one of DESUR's projects. Created, they say, specifically to educate potential buyers.
To help them make smart, informed decisions when buying in places like Playa or Mérida.
Okay, so the podcast is clearly presented as an initiative by this developer.
Yes, but they circle back to that promise we talked about. Even though it's a DESUR project, they state they're not there to sell directly.
Just offer useful insights, share experiences, make the investment journey easier.
It's framed as like an educational outreach using the company's expertise.
That's the stated intent anyway. Leveraging their developer and sales knowledge for educational content, not direct sales pitches.
Okay, so if you're listening and this sounds interesting, either the podcast itself or the market, it gives you all the details on where to find them.
Yep, they list the main podcast handle at Echando Raíces on Instagram.
And the show's on all the main podcast apps, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music. And they mention YouTube and TikTok coming soon for video, too.
Right. And for connecting directly with the team members we heard about. They shared individual handles, too. Let's see.
Bruno is at bruno.rovia on Instagram.
Miguel is at miguel.acizer on Instagram and at Popane Mobiliario on TikTok.
Pedro is at Pedro Bezuelailter on both Instagram and TikTok.
Marcos is at DESUR on Instagram.
Rocio is at Rocio DESUR Real Estate on Instagram.
And Laura's pretty active. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all under at Laura Real Estate Ro Vieira Maya.
Wow, that's a full list. Makes it super easy to follow up if you want to learn more from them directly. They definitely sound excited about launching this.
Yeah, that collective energy really comes through in the transcript, doesn't it?
Totally. So let's sort of wrap this up. We've explored the first episode of Echando Raíces. We met the team diverse group, really interesting journeys into Playa real estate from all sorts of backgrounds and places. We learned the show's mission, as they state it, provide real value, educate people about investing in southeastern Mexico, answer those common questions, go beyond just selling.
They plan to cover key topics, ROI, appreciation, foreign ownership trusts, that sort of thing.
And they're upfront about their link to the show, framing the podcast as an educational project using the developer's know-how. Plus, you now have all the ways to find them online.
You know, when you think about all those different paths that brought the team together from completely different careers, following family, following love, all finding this shared passion, and then their stated goal is to help you make conscious, smart investment choices.
Yeah.
Well, does their collective journey and the whole premise of the show kind of underscore the idea that success in a dynamic market like Playa isn't just luck, that it's maybe more about having the right knowledge, planting those seeds of understanding?
That's a great point. It connects back to their name, Echando Raíces, taking root. So the provocative thought for you listening might be, what steps will you take to make sure your future decisions truly take root? If this whole topic resonates, you now know exactly where to find Echando Raíces and the team.